Welcome, my friends. Welcome to another aimless adventure coming to you from Pioche, Nevada. Going to check out a little something they like to call the Million-Dollar Courthouse. I think it's time we explore more. In 1871, Pioche was starting to sow its oats, becoming a little bit more prominent in the state of Nevada. And in that year, they took over the county seat of Lincoln County from Hyco. So like any good county, they needed a courthouse. And in 1872, they decided to go ahead and get one drafted up. So the plans were laid, and a budget of $26,000 and $400 more. I don't think they're going to stay on budget. Was presented, and they said, let's do it. Oh, hey, you remember that thing about probably not going to stay on budget? Yeah, a series of contracts were broken, and now the budget went up to $75,000. We're going to get to $1 million. Hang tight. Yeah, the way they decided to pay for this bad boy, bonds. Over the next 30 years, issuing bonds. $1 million's on the way. Well, in the 1800s, the county tried to repudiate the bonds only to hear the faithful song of wah, 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 wah. And in 1907, the state decided, hey, we need to figure this out. Clark County split from Lincoln County, and then later Clark County picked up, I think it was about 60% of the tab of this bad boy right here. Scrizzo. It took until the late 30s to get this thing paid off. At this point, it's $800,000. So the year's 1938. A lot of time has passed, a lot of hard-earned money has been spent, a lot of dipping in the coffers from weasels and politicians. $800,000 is the expense. The year's 1938. Oh, by the way, the building was finally finished being paid off in 1938. 2 years after, it was already condemned. There seems to be a lot of abandoned activity around here. A lot of folks say that these places are considerably haunted. This building, Mountain View Lodge, built in 1895 to house the dignitaries that were doing their court business next door. Back in 1930, President Herbert Hoover slept here. Thanks for joining me on another aimless adventure. Don't forget to like and subscribe and do all that stuff. And hey, if you like these kind of videos, stick around. I plan to do a lot more. I don't think it's going to cost me $1 million, but hey, if you want to help support, Patreon links down below. I'm a cheap guy. Adventure on. Well, that place was a little bit over budget, I'd say. Apparently, they never heard of Dave Ramsey. Oh, speaking of folks you never heard of, you ever heard of Herbert? Well, he was a president at that time that my brain went fizzles. This house right here, check this out. Built in 1895. Dignitaries would stay here that would do their business next door at the courthouse. And one of those dudes doing his business was President Hubert. Hubert? Was Hubert ever president?